What's up, everyone? Drunken Phoenix here. Today, I'm going to be reacting to people talking about their car regrets. So, people, for a variety of reasons, are regretting their car purchases, and that's for things ranging from their monthly bills being a lot more than they thought they could initially handle, to some people having, huge repairs for their cars. Like everyone wants to have the nice, beautiful, sporty car, and you look really good in it. The car is super sexy. But as soon as something goes wrong, such as the tire or the engine or the transmission, the repair bill is not as beautiful. Fun fact, I actually almost had a car regret recently. I was at the grocery store, and as I was leaving to go home, my car would not crank. And I was like, what is this? And I was like, oh gosh, is that thing that they say about BMWs not being dependable? Am I going through that right now? But turns out it was just a faulty battery. So got that fixed. Everything else is going pretty smooth. So yeah. So I was probably always going to have me a video on here talking about my car regret. But luckily everything is still good with my car. So yeah. But let's go ahead and get into these videos.
Quick update on my truck. It is a 2025 Ram 1500 e-torque. It's a lemon for 2 separate issues. It's been to the shop 11 times. I've had it for a year. It doesn't have 10,000 miles on it yet. It's been to the shop 4 times for this engine noise. And I picked it up yesterday, and I think at this point they're honestly just replacing random parts to try and figure out what's causing the noise. So this time it got 2 new drive belts, and they ordered a new water pump because the manager said that the tech thought he heard a bad bearing in the water pump. So that's been ordered along with the new alternator. I do have a new alternator on, but it's like the connection is broken, so it's on there with zip ties right now because I had to reorder it. So yeah, I'm waiting for those 2 parts to come in. I have to take it back for that. I haven't heard the noise, but I've only driven it twice, and usually like after I get it back, it takes a few times of me driving it for the noise to come back. So we'll see if they actually fix it this time. I don't know. I'm not optimistic.
Okay, I have advice for this young lady. First of all, and I mean maybe she's rich, but do not buy a brand new car like that. I mean, a 2025 car. I mean, the depreciation on that is going to be crazy. Like you're losing money just from that. But I mean, if she has it, maybe she has it like that. I feel like the car dealership is taking an advantage of her. Like she even suspects that herself by saying that they just like seem to be just replacing random parts. Part of that could be, there's the stereotype that, some women, they get, taken advantage of in a lot of a lot of car repair shops and stuff because, oftentimes people may assume that they may not know what's going on with the car. She's not really helping that stereotype because she doesn't seem like she knows what's going on with the car. So, I would recommend her, when you, before going to anyone to fix your car, try to get some idea with it. Google is free for everyone, at least right now it is. So try to do some bare minimum research. Maybe she has a boyfriend or maybe even a father or some guy or a girl that may be really knowledgeable about cars that can maybe help her troubleshoot what's going on. Whenever you go to an auto repair shop, you want to have some idea what's going on. You don't want to be taken advantage of, So I feel like in the day and age we live in 2025, that's easier than ever to get some idea of what's going on with your car. My last piece of advice is, please, I don't know if you have a family member or maybe you need to meet someone in the hood, or you find someone that is just good with cars. Because I have family members that have been, a very big help to me because they are just really good with repairing cars, and they saved me thousands of bucks that I would have to spend at a repair shop thanks to them. So yeah, try to find someone that's just really good with cars, whether it's a family member or a friend, or maybe just look around. I mean, I guess you can't just assume that random people can fix cars, but you gotta go out in the field sometime to get a good deal.
Y'all, somebody pinch me. Like, pinch me. Let me put on my shades because I can't be taken seriously at this moment, y'all, before I start crying. So, just got my battery done, right? My front and my back brakes are also going out. Front brakes $3,500, $11.40. Back brakes $2,500, $13.96. I could have those backwards. All in all, $5,500. I want to rip this up. So I guess I won't be going anywhere that requires me to use my brakes.
That's robbery. I just got my brakes changed. So I have a BMW 5 Series 2015. And I had recently I had to change off 4 brakes on my car. So the total cost for my brakes in total, it came out to about, just for the brakes themselves, maybe around 150-ish, maybe. I have an uncle that was able to change my brakes. He only wanted like $100. So, and this is like, so this is a luxury car, 2015. I spent a total of like $250 for everything, for all 4 brakes. People, these car dealerships are robbing you guys. Like, that is insane to me. I mean, even if I didn't have my uncles, I would have to find something. I don't know who she went to or what, but $3,500 for a brake, that's insane. That's crazy.
Come on, baby. See ya. Just get in. Y'all, they playing today.
I have a Porsche customer that's using a little bit too much gas on DoorDash. They're looking to return their car, I guess. That's not necessarily something we typically do, but we'll see if we can make something happen for this guy. I didn't expect him to hit me with that. Yeah, I don't even know what to say there.
Me and my wife bought that Porsche on from me yesterday.
Okay, yeah. How you guys liking it so far?
Man, is there a way we can return this thing, or maybe we could swap it out for something else?
Swap it out for something else? What do you mean? What happened?
Well, there's nothing wrong with the car, nothing like that. The only thing is, I've been using it for DoorDash last night and today in the morning, but man, it just used too much gas, man.
For your Porsche?
Yeah. The Macan that we just bought yesterday, I don't think it's gonna work out.
In regards to that, honestly, there's not much I can do there. I don't want to leave you in a bad spot, but work with me and I'll try to work with you.
Honestly, man, we can't figure something out. I think I'm gonna just return it then.
But how return the vehicle for what? You guys traded in your other vehicle, so how would we go about that?
I don't even know. Let me figure something out. They sent me $6 and I made a 40-hour round trip from the state that this guy ordered. Is there something else you can maybe sell me, like a cash card?
I mean, I don't know, to be honest with you. I only sell the cars. I don't return them. What I'll do is I'll get in touch with my manager. I'll see if we can touch base with you Monday. I'll see if there's anything that we could potentially do on that.
Come on, man. Just talk to him. See if we can figure something out.
We'll stay in touch and we'll go from there.
All right, man. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, I might have completely heard that video wrong, but did he get a Porsche Macan just to do Uber Eats or DoorDash? Dude clearly could not have afforded that car. That was a very dumb decision. I mean, clearly he knows it now, but there's no guarantee he's going to have any luck with that.
So my whole entire life, I always bought cars that were salvage, right? And I never had a car payment, ever. Except for this year I got in a car accident, and I was like, oh, let me go get a new car. So I decided to get the Lexus IS 350F Sport. And I was like, yeah, I can pay for it, why not? Lo and motherfucking behold, the payments are $800 and something, so I just rounded up and I paid $900.
Okay, word of advice. I would never recommend paying $800, $900 a month for a car, especially not a Lexus IS. That's like the smallest Lexus vehicle. That's like the Lexus vehicle you get to say, hey, I'm riding a luxury. I mean, I'm sure they're nice. They're like more sportier, but if you can't afford to pay it up front, I would not recommend paying $900 a month for that. That's crazy.
Not only do I pay $900 a month, but my insurance used to be $360. Until I hit up State Farm and I was like, hey man, this is a little high, you know what I'm saying?
Her insurance was $360. That's what it was at. I don't think she even mentioned what it was now, but does she get like a lot of tickets, or did she hit somebody or something? Like, why is her insurance so high? So for some context, so I live in Florida, which is like supposedly the high insurance state. So I have, 2015 BMW 5 Series. Literally, you guys, my insurance is like, last time I checked, I think it's like around 160. 160. So when I hear these high insurance rates, I'm just like, what? Knowing her, knowing what I know about a lot of people, she probably got the latest model, so maybe that's why, but that's crazy to me.
Luckily, we did a little family package, and I'm only paying $240 for insurance. So yeah, if you're thinking about getting a nice car, make sure you can afford it. And trust me, you're gonna miss driving around that 1996 Camry, because I sure as hell do.
Okay, guys. Don't mind the background. I'm in the process of moving. But I just wanted to address a few things from my last video. So, for starters, if you hadn't seen my last video, I basically said that buying a car, financing a car brand new, was my biggest regret. And I think a lot of people think that I was basically like complaining about my interest rate, or that I was complaining about my monthly payments. And neither of those are the case. My interest rate is literally 7, and I am doubling my payments a month now. So the amount of the payment is definitely not the issue. Hold on. Okay, so I had lost my train of thought. But, basically when I got that car, I was 22, just young and clueless. Yes, I needed a car because I was going to be commuting back and forth to school. But who said I needed a brand new car?
My question is, where were your parents? I would imagine if I have, children, if my child is going to buy their very first car at 22 and they're still in college, it would be a no-brainer for me to say, you don't need a brand new car. Like, come on. I'm not a parent, but parents, we need to educate our children. Please, step in.
Don't get me wrong, when I went to the car dealership, I never said, hey, give me the freshest thing off the truck. I never said that. I was like, hey, I want a car. I'm going back and forth to school. I'll be driving, 45 minutes to and back every day. And then I was also having to drive like 2.5 hours for clinicals. My car just at that time really wasn't ideal for that. And of course, being a salesman, they quickly talked me out of a used car and basically tried to tell me that my credit score was good enough to get a new car, and that supposedly I will be paying the same amount monthly for a used car and a brand new car. And let's just say nobody in my family really just know much about cars. A lot of them buy cash cars, or they really just kind of buy from, kind of like buy your pay years. So, at that time I was like, oh, okay, cool. Show me what y'all got. Tell me how much I'm going to pay monthly. Boom. Done deal. Stupid, right? Yeah, I know. So basically, I just wish that the things that I knew now, I knew then. Also, I just graduated college in December, making over $100,000 a year. So it's not the amount of my car note, but I could have made smarter decisions. That being said, I could have paid more. They was like, well, this is how much you need to put down. No, I take that back. They told me I didn't have to put anything down, but they was like, this is how much we kind of recommend for tax, title, and loan. And I literally put like a few $100s more than that. Yeah, not smart. I also financed through Kia Finance. Not smart. I don't know about where you guys live, but credit unions in my town got really good interest rates, and I should have went through my bank. Don't get me wrong, I think my interest rate is like a 7, but it probably would have been half of that if I went through my credit union. And I just, at 22, I didn't need a brand new car. I knew I was going to graduate school. Now I'm kind of stuck with this car. I'm not really stuck with it, but I'm kind of stuck with it. Now is the time that I really should be buying a new car. So I guess the things that I recommend is reaching out to your bank, trying to get, pre-approved to the bank.
Okay, so I'm going to end her right here. I will say, it seems like she did learn her lesson. I also will say, she seems to have a great career. She's making 6 figures out of college, so kudos to her. But yeah, this should be a learning lesson for anyone watching. If you are in college, unless you're just like from a filthy rich family, you do not need to have a brand new car. Fortunately for this girl, she seems to be able to afford it. Like, it doesn't seem like the payments are an issue for her. But we can all still make better financial decisions. So yeah, so I'm going to leave it at that. So let me know what you all think. Do you guys have any car regrets, or know anyone that have any car regrets, or have you had car regrets? Yeah, so let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you all in the next video.